welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
Okay, hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Northern Counties East League podcast. We had a busy weekend just past us in the Northern Counties East League. After a couple of difficult weeks with the weather, we were thankfully able to get 19 games on Saturday. In the Premier Division, it was another good week for league leaders Silsden, who won 4-0 at home to Frickley Athletic on Saturday, and followed this up with a 1-0 win at Albion Sports on Monday. It's rather unusual to have Northern Counties East League games played on a Monday evening, but due to the availability of the pitch at Bradford Park Avenue, where Albion are currently playing, it was one of the few time slots available to play rearranged games. We currently have another 4 Albion games scheduled for Mondays between now and the end of the season, so hopefully it might attract a few ground hoppers and give Albion a boost on the crowds as well. Silsden are currently 12 points clear at the top of the division after Monday's result, and they're currently on a run of 17 league games unbeaten. That's a fantastic record when you consider that the next best team in the Premier Division is Hallam and Knaresborough, who are currently on 4 games unbeaten. To go 17 games in any league is fantastic. Silsden's position at the top was strengthened by a third successive defeat for second place Galkey United on Saturday, as they lost 1-0 at Bottisford Town. The past weekend saw an important win for Eccleshill United, with a Haas Gorgie goal being enough to beat Handsworth 1-0. Knaresborough Town continued to pull away from the relegation fight, picking up a 2-1 win at Barton Town. Sorry, Richard. While Hallam moved above Penistone Church into the playoff positions. Hallam beat third place Thackley 3-1, while Penistone suffered a 2-1 defeat at home to Campion. Division 1 saw a top v bottom clash, and the leaders Horbury Town went goal crazy, beating Appleby Frodingham 9-1, while Big Town strengthened their position in second with a convincing 5-0 win away at Dronfield Town. Wombwell remained third after a 4-0 win against Louth Town. Wakefield AFC dropped to fourth after their game v Montmemain was postponed, while Oakley Town remain in the fifth and final playoff spot despite losing 1-0 at Worsborough Bridge Athletic. Occasionally in this league, players suffer nasty injuries. Thankfully, these are quite rare, few and far between, which makes Saturday a disappointing one because we saw 3 very nasty injuries occur all on one afternoon. Tom Cropper of Handsworth suffered a broken leg at Eccleshill. Harrison Landon of Athersley Recreation suffered a double leg break in an incident that eventually saw the game at Glasshoughton abandoned, while Jake Sykes of Swallow Nest broke his foot in his side's 2-0 win over Nostell. The league would like to wish all 3 players a full and speedy recovery. On to this coming weekend. Weather permitting, we've got 1 game on Friday night, which is a local derby between Nostell and Wakefield, followed by 9 Premier Division matches and 10 Division 1 matches on Saturday. Whichever game you're going to watch, thank you as always for your fantastic support.
I'm now joined by Frickley supporters Ella and Josh, who are going to answer a few questions. And my first question is, who's been your best player so far this season?
Zav, Joel Spence.
Why have you chosen them?
Because is the captain.
Right.
My one's Zav because he's always nice to me and he's my mate.
Oh, that's a good reason. And what's been your best moment so far this season?
Working out with Tom at Pickering. Tom being the manager.
And what are you hoping from Frickley for the rest of the season?
I'd like to win some more games.
Do you think they'll stay up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, they should stay up, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
And I hear that Ellie, you've been doing some fundraising for the club. Can you tell me a bit about that?
So I did a bake sale, and I raised 200 quid. And then
Excellent.
at Christmas time, I did some Frickley marbles.
Excellent, very good. And what do you do on a match day, volunteering wise?
So I sell like 50-50 tickets, programs, and like some golden goals with my dad.
Yeah, very good. And I think last time we spoke, Josh had just started playing for Frickley. Is that still happening? And how's that going?
It's going good.
Are you winning plenty of games?
Yeah,
What position do you play?
anywhere.
Have you got many goals?
Yeah, kinda. 3.
Oh, well done. So, and finally, you did a big job for the league the other week, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to tell
We
people what
did
you did?
the the cup draw.
Excellent. Did you enjoy doing that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, NCEL Talk. I'll hand straight over to host Aaron Walton.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our bit of the podcast. I'm joined by Jordan, Bob, Adam, and myself, Aaron. Hello, everybody.
Evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Evening. So, I'll tell you what, let's get straight down to business and eulogise over the past week's Northern Counties East League footy. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with the Prem and we'll go through the results. So, Saturday, Albion back to winning ways, 5-0 against the struggling Winton Rangers. Cisse 2, Moat 1, and who else scored? Nathan Cartman, didn't he? 2 goals. So that was a... Bob, you'd have been interested in that one?
Absolutely. Well, as you can imagine, we're watching all the teams that's just above us, what the result-wise is, because we didn't have a game on Saturday, so we had our eyes on those fixtures, yeah.
So that was Albion back to winning ways. Barton Town lost at home to the bogey team, as I intimated last week, Knaresborough. 2-1.
You did?
I wasn't there. My spies tell me that Tom Brown, Knaresborough's keeper, was on top form again. He is a good keeper, though. I'll give him that. Dominic Creamer opened the scoring for Knaresborough. And Charlie Nicholson scored about 89 minutes. However, I think it was a weekend for nasty injuries, wasn't it? Very nasty injury sustained by Tom Wardby for Barton, ligament damage. He's going to be out for a while. I don't think he'll be back this season. I think that'll be it because the ligaments take some time, don't they? 6 to 8 weeks usually, aren't they? So that's not good. It's a real shame because Tom's a massive integral part of Barton Town. So all the best, Tom. Hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery. So I was just looking, guys, because as I said, Knaresborough's our bogey team. Barton Town's played them 12 times. We've actually beaten once. Only once. We've drawn 3 times and lost 8 times. So they really are a bogey team, aren't they? But well done, Knaresborough. And we move on. So Bottisford putting in a nice little run, aren't they? Following on from last week's win. They beat Golka 1-0. So Golka look like they've lost a little bit of form, and they're a bit in and out now, aren't they?
Yeah, good. It's a good win for Bottisford. As I said last week, on that 4G, they're a tough team to play on that 4G.
They are. They play some good football on there. And finally, Eccleshill get a victory, beating Handsworth 1-0. So a good win for Eccleshill. I don't know whether... Yes, Bob?
That was a vital win for them, wasn't it? Because they've been on a poor run before that.
They have, yeah. I don't know whether it's coincided with Lee Elam back in the dugout, the manager. And he was serving a little bit of a suspension, so I think Lee was back. So that's good for Eccleshill. The Hallam Express keeps a rolling, doesn't it? 3-1 victors over playoff rival Stackley. So I think Hallam are really on a rich vein of form.
Another good crowd, wasn't it? 602.
Wow, 600. That's a phenomenal support.
We can only dream of attendances like that as in Barton.
Definitely. Well, I think
I'm gonna say
Aubrey
that's a
again.
I'm going to say that's a regular basis as well. That's not
It's not a
like
one-off,
a one-off.
is it?
It's like
Oh no.
about every
No,
week.
they're the best supported team in our league by far.
Without a doubt. Mind you, I think Aubrey are getting there.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. They're doing. You're going the right way. That's the main thing.
I'm just looking on stats now on the website. 563 average for Hallam this year.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That
the lowest crowd's 246. So even that's a decent crowd in itself.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, most of us were rubbing our hands with that 250, 230. So, anyway, Parkgate, they beat Tadcaster 2-1. Penistone lost at home to Campion. Now, that's put a bit of a dent in Penistone's playoffs hopes, I think. But you never know. It's topsy-turvy all the time. And Pickering beat Rossington 3-0. Always a tough place to go, Pickering, isn't it, Bob?
It is, yeah. As we know this season.
Yeah.
In fact, most places have been tough for us to go, but that's another story.
That's another story, isn't it, for another day. Yeah. And tabletop of Silsden march on, don't they? 4-0 victors over Frickley. Yeah. Casey Stewart and Cale Price, a couple there. So that was...
And that was a good crowd, 268.
Yeah. I think they're getting more because they're playing some good football and at the top of the league, aren't they? I mean, if you're winning, you're going to get people coming to watch. It's as simple as that. There's no sort of secret formula. If you're doing well, you're going to get people to come. Division 1 then. Let's have a look. A goal fest over at Durnan District. Drew 3-3 with Club Thorn Colliery. Dronfield lost to Brigtown. The Zebras hitting 5 past them. Josh Batty hat-trick. That's 30 for the season. He's really on fire, is Josh. Harrogate Railway beat Armthorpe 2-1. Now, what went on at Horbury? Pray tell, Jordan.
Yeah, very good. 10 goals. A lot. 3 goals in the first 24 minutes. Or 4 goals in the first 24 minutes for us.
Yeah.
Paul Richard he chose it as a match of the day and he had to do an 18-minute highlight reel, so that would have taken him fair all time. I know it took me a good couple of hours to trim it down to 9 or 10 minutes. I think there were like 28 different clips I put in within a 10-minute highlights reel. So, yeah, plenty of goals. Great for the goal difference. We've now got 10 plus goal difference better than the next person. So effectively at the moment, that's an extra point, really. If you think about it that way. So, yeah, really pleased with it. As most people may have expected a scoreline similar to that, given it's top versus bottom. Yeah. And there's 56 points difference between the two teams. So, yeah, really pleasing that we've actually started putting the ball in the back of the net with these chances. Long may that continue.
Yeah, that was really good. I'll tell you what, Jordan, it was really nice to see Joe Jagger on the score sheet.
Yeah, well, he scored after 3 minutes and then went off after 15.
Did he? I hope he's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. He's not struggling, but he's a bit. I think he's a bit anxious every time he feels something, and he's just like with precaution. We took him off after 15 minutes because obviously we scored 3 at that point. Yeah. He's made himself available for the squad this weekend, so he'll be back in there. But we just got to try and manage his minutes and just ease his way back in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he did that nasty injury at Bart, and it was just one of those freak accidents, really. So we always look out for Joe, and hope he's doing well. So well done, Joe, on the score sheet. Hope you get a few more before the end of the season.
So do we.
So, I mean, talking of nasty injuries, the game at Glasshountain was abandoned, wasn't it, after 42 minutes against Athersley Rec? Was it Harrison Landon suffered a really badly broken leg, didn't he? So, I mean, hopefully speedy recovery. You don't really recover really quickly from broken legs. I think it was a double fracture, wasn't it?
Oh, dear. Well, all the best to him.
Yeah. So, all the best, Harrison, and let's hope you recover well and get playing again, all being well. So, all the best from the podcast, boys, anyway, Harrison. So, South Leeds lost at home to Selby 2-1. Selby seem to be doing quite well again, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, picked up to ninth now, I think so.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. They're putting some good results together. Swallowness beat Nostell 2-0. Wombwell at 4 past Louth Town. Wasborough beat Ilkley 1-0. So that was a good win for Wasborough, wasn't it? Because Ilkley are doing okay.
They're a team at minute. Worsboro's, like I say, they're all a 2 points out playoffs with a game in hand. They're really keeping up with the big boys in the league.
Definitely. So Lloyd Smith was one the scorer, wasn't he? Did Lloyd used to play for Frickley?
No idea.
I'll pass on that.
We'll pass on that one. Lloyd, if you played for Frickley, Lloyd, put us out of our misery. I think he did. I could be wrong. You know what my facts and figures are like. So, and Yorkshire Amateurs, they succumbed to Shelley 4-0 at Brackenedge, didn't they? So, not brilliant for Yorkshire Amateurs at the moment, is it? So, then we had a bit of we had a few games midweek, didn't we? Now, somebody on the podcast went to see Frickley and Barton Town, didn't they, Adam?
I did indeed.
And what did you think?
It was an interesting game. I mean, the mood at Frickley doesn't seem great at the minute. I think that was the 6th loss in a row, and the 3rd 4-0 loss in a row as well. So,
wow, yeah,
not looking good. I thought the start of the game better. To be fair, first 10-15 minutes, started pretty strong and had a few chances, but then you could kind of feel Barton could just I thought they were a better footballing team. Frickley, a big physical team. You just felt like they could hit them on the break, and they caught them out a few times before they got the first goal. And then once they got one, you kind of felt like we were going to get a few more, and got a second just before half time. And then in second half, Frickley were really poor. To be honest with them, I thought Barton improved even more than first half. And we're only really going to be one winner. Poor evening for Frickley and a good one for Barton. And I didn't think, the one 4-0, I thought he's played well. I didn't think it were a fantastic performance. I thought it were more kind of Barton were good, but Frickley were pretty poor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't go. I was at work again. So, So it was a good away win. That's all you can say for Barton. But Barton have got to back it up on Saturday in that big local derby with Winton, especially for Bob. So there was a busy night in Division 1, wasn't it? A couple of postponements due to the heavy shower that lasted most of Monday night and all day Tuesday. So I think that put pay to your plans, didn't it, Adam? You were going to another game, weren't you?
Yeah, we were meant to go into Thorn versus Wombwell, but that was one that got caught by the weather.
Yeah. So Brigtown march on, thumping Yorkshire Amateurs 5-1. And surprise, surprise, Josh Batty didn't score. He'll be fuming. Appleby Frodingham finally won, beating Dronfield 2-1. That victory lifts them off the bottom of the table, doesn't it? And Yorkshire Amateurs back to the bottom. So, Louth Town got a valuable point against South Leeds. If we remember last week, South Leeds was setting off the day before to get to Louth, I think, because it's such a long way. Adam Milson scoring late on for Louth Town. Let's hope Louth's luck changes a little bit. Glasshoughton, they lost at home to Wasborough 2-0. Keelan Grist with a couple. And Nostell lost to a free score in Selby Town. As we've just said, Selby Town there, 5-1. McGrath with a hat-trick.
Yeah.
So
I was just going to say, I spoke last week about Louth South Leeds on an evening fixture.
Yeah.
I looked at the mileage grid. From South Leeds to Louth, 97 miles. So it's 194 mile round trip.
Wow.
On an evening. You wouldn't get back to early hours.
Well, no, and again, I mean, if people know the geography around Lincolnshire, there's no big dual carriageways or motorways.
No, there isn't, no.
It's all little egg roads.
Yeah, I bet some of the guys wouldn't be back till 1 o'clock in the morning,
Exactly, and then back to work the next day. Wednesday. So West Riding County Cup quarter final, Campion beat Tadcaster 3-1. think that went to form. And in the Prem, Bob, you'll be rubbing your hands. Winton lost 5-0 again to Hallam.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I'm rubbing my hands, but yeah, I agree. Yeah. To be honest, when you're losing 5-0 2 games, I do have a bit of sympathy because we've been there, got there, had the T-shirt,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it'll be interesting on Saturday because I know Barton Town play Winton and it's a big local derby. I'll tell you what, Winton will be up for it. They will be up for it. They're usually feisty affairs. They're usually quite close. So I think that'll be, well, me and football, I don't know anything, but I think I don't think it'll be a 5-0. So I think it'll be close, really close. So that's all the football done.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm just going to cast you back to Monday night.
I'm going to say I'm about to do the same thing.
I was wondering when you were going to spot that mistake.
Yeah, well, I'll just wait until you got to the end of these midweek. No, but Albion Sports were home to Silsden, so that was a bit of a local derby.
It was,
and Silsden won it 1-0. Casey Stewart in the 21st minute. I mean, that's on the form they are. They're now what? I know we'll come to the league tables, but that puts them 12 points clear at the top. I mean, that's something at this stage of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we'll go on to the league tables, as you've just said there, Bob. That leads us nicely into it. So Silsden, 12 points in front at this stage of the season. Do you think it's theirs to lose now?
Well, they've got to play us twice. Home and away. I mean, if they keep up on that form, they're looking really good at them. I mean, I know Goldcar's got a game in hand.
Yeah.
But after losing 2 away games, I mean, will they hit the confidence a bit? I don't know. But I'd rather be in Silsden's position, 12 points in front, with the games to go.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam?
It's got to be theirs to lose now. I mean, 12-point gap, even with game in hand. That's still 9 points, and like you say, you'd rather have the points than the games. I just don't see them losing it now. Like I say, they've unbeaten at home by the look of it. They've not like I say, they've always been kind of there or thereabouts all season, but a few teams have dropped off now, like Golker, Penistone, and a few Albion, a few others who are around there. But they've just kept winning, and it's great. Got to be theirs to lose now.
I definitely think so. So Silsden at the top, 26 games, 62 points. Golker second, 25 games, 50 points. Thackley, 27 games, 50 points. So they're the same, but 2 games. They played 2 games more than Golker. Beverley Town, the sleeping or the silent assassins, 26 games, 46 points.
And do you know who they signed? Do you know who Beverley signed this week? They signed one of the top scorers in the league, Elliot Andrew from Tadcaster.
And from Tadcaster, yeah, he's been. Quite a few clubs have been looking at him, Bob, and he's obviously gone to Beverley. So Dave Ricardo sold him the dream there. Well done, Dave.
Absolutely.
So and he's up there with his top goal scorers, isn't he, in the league? So that is a really good signing for Beverley. Hallam, 25 games, 42 points. Again, Hallam's form is superb at the moment. Penistone, they've slipped up a little bit, haven't they? 28 games, 41 points. Albion, 22 games, 40 points, and Campion, 23 games, 38 points. So it's still topsy-turvy, isn't it? And like, apart from Silsden and sort of Hallam, possibly Beverley, there's a lot of teams that are sort of a little bit indifferent now, aren't they? They're losing the odd game now. But I don't think Silsden, Beverley and Hallam don't seem to be. At the bottom, we always have to go to the bottom. Goal, 25 and 12. Winton Rangers, 24 and 17.
Not 25 now.
25, yeah. Well, I had 25 written down here. Why have I said 24? I don't know. 25 and 17. Frickley, are they on 28, 25? And Eccleshill, 23 and 25. So it's getting fruity down at the bottom as well, isn't it? It's getting,
me personally, I think now, at this stage, even now, I think it's 2 from 3 going down between us, Winton and Frickley,
Yeah.
Because Knaresborough had another win on Saturday, So they're what, 13 points clear of safety now.
Yeah, I think Knaresborough have done it, haven't they now? So, like you say, Bob, it's going to be 2 from 3, isn't it?
I'm not going to lie as well. Seeing Frickley on Tuesday, they didn't look good, and I think they've got Eccleshill on Saturday. I think I saw. So that's a huge 6-pointer. Someone it stands out for it's a huge 6-pointer, but it's a huge 6 points for them. So
definitely,
that tells you their confidence is at the minute. But we've both got 3 games in hand on them as well. Obviously, when it's down there, it's tough to win them games. But if Frickley keep losing like they are, it all takes a bit of form, and they could easily get caught.
Definitely, and it's a confidence thing as well, isn't it? When you're getting beaten every week, it's just you let one in and you think, oh, here we go again. So, I mean, you don't want to see anybody go down, but good luck to all of those down at the foot of the table fighting for their lives. Let's hope you get some good results. Let's go on to Division 1 then. So, sitting proudly at the top, and I can see Jordan smiling. Horbury, 29 games, 68 points. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And with a good goal difference as well.
Yeah, plus 50. We're happy with that.
Wow. Brigtown, 28 games, 57 points. Is that right, or have I missed one?
Yeah, that's right. They played on Division League to get that game in hand back.
Yeah. Wombwell, 25 games, 52 points. So Wombwell have got a few games in hand. Wakefield have got another game in hand. They've played 24 and 50. Ilkley, 28, 49. South Leeds and Wasborough on the same points, but South Leeds have played a game extra. Dernan District, 26 games, 46 points. And Selby, 28 and 46. And it's interesting to see that a lot of the new teams in the league that have come into the league this season are there, aren't they? Your Ilkleys, your South Leeds, your I think Dernan District, is it their first season?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. And I mean, I think Wombwell, they only came in last season, didn't they? Or was it the season before? I'm not sure.
Yeah, last season, yeah.
Yeah, and yourselves, Horbury, you've only been in the league, what, 2-3 seasons?
Yeah, so within the top 6, there's only Brig that's a well-established county side.
Yeah. So it just shows you that something's going right with clubs coming up, that they can manage at this level and manage really well. So down at the bottom, we've got Yorkshire Amateurs. They've changed places, Appleby Froningham. So Yorkshire Amateurs at the bottom, it's not looking good, is it? 28 games, 15 points. Appleby Froningham, 2 games in hand, still on the same points, 15. Louth, 28 games, 22. They could be, well, they're in the third relegation spot anyway. Dronfield, their form picked up and then went back down again, didn't it? 29 games, 25 points. And Nostello, again, not on brilliant form, 26 games, 25 points. So it's still all to play for. I know Appleby Froningham and Yorkshire Amateurs are getting cut adrift a little bit, but you need a couple of wins, don't you? And you're back there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one for them because it looked like Yorkshire Amateur picked up quite a bit. I think they've won 3 in a row or something like that at one stage, but seems to have petered out a bit since then.
It has, yeah. You sometimes wonder whether, I mean, I don't look at the teams or squads, but you just sometimes wonder who's available sometimes, don't you? Have they got everybody available? People's injured. So let's pick our teams of the week then, gentlemen. Adam, what your team of the week?
I'm between 3. I'm not saving the other 2 in case anyone else has got them, but I'm going to go for Hallam this week. I think, obviously, I know last week they had the good world's oldest derby, which were a huge boost, 1,400 crowd, and they've kind of carried that momentum into this week. They had a who's the beat again? It was
Fackley. They beat Fackley, didn't they?
Fackley. A massive win against Fackley on Saturday, and then Winston, weren't it? Yeah. So, like I said, a big win against a team above them. A team who's fighting for lives, and they're beating 5-0. They're looking good at the minute. So it was close between 2 or 3, but I've gone for Hallam this week.
Right. So you've gone for Hallam. Jordan, who have you gone for?
This might sound really bizarre, but I'm actually going to give it to Appleby Froningham. Just for the win against Dronfield, obviously. If Dronfield would have beat Appleby Frodingham, I think that would have all but killed them off. There'd have been a 16-point gap, where it's only now 10, and with the games in hand, they may well pick up the win. But obviously, to lose 9-1 to us on Saturday and then bounce back on the Tuesday against a team that they had to win, I think it's a great result for them.
It is. That's really, really psychologically, that's brilliant for them, I think. Yeah, good choice. Bob, who have you gone for?
I've gone for Knaresborough because that's third win on the trot. I mean, when you think that's 9 points before they went on that run, there was 21 points from 23 games.
Yeah.
They've now got more points than games, 30 points from 26 games.
Yeah.
And it was a last minute last few minutes. So that's 3 games on the trot. So I think they're pretty safe now from relegation.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll go for. I've probably picked him before, but I'm going to go for Brigtown because they keep on winning. And last season, the season before, they've always sort of just faltered a little bit. I know the season before that they were in the playoffs and they lost to Harrogate. But I think Brig are going to be there. I think Brig are going to be in the playoffs. I think so. Well done, Brigtown, for keeping it going. And personally, I want to see Brig up in the Prem so we can have a proper derby again. So well done, Brig. So let's have a look at other bits and bobs then. Before we go on to Saturday's games. Players moving about. There's a few players in and out, isn't there?
We've signed Jack Durkin. He played for Wakefield. He was their captain, Jack Durkin.
Yeah.
And also an ex-player from York, from Barton Town. Is it Ewan Healy?
Ewan Healy, yes, Ewan Healy. Yeah, my lad said, Ewan Healy's gone to goal. Bob will be happy. Yes, Ewan Healy. You'll get plenty out of Ewan. He gets his socks rolled down and gets going for it. So he's not bad. He's a good player.
Well, that's what we need at the moment.
Yeah,
I think Jack Durkin's similar from what I've heard.
Yeah, Jack Durkin. Yeah, he's a good player. Aubrey Town, you've been busy, Jordan.
We, to an extent, we have. Yeah, a few of the registrations that you might have seen is just a couple of 23s lads getting moved to the senior side. Yeah. We've made one signing just for a bit of cover during the midweek. It's called Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
Played at Northwich Victoria over in the Counties West.
Yeah.
35, so brings plenty of experience. Should we need to rely on him?
That's what you need, isn't it? A bit of experience at this time of the season. Beverley Town have been, as we intimated earlier on, been busy. They've got Elliot Andrews, obviously from Tadcaster Albion, and I know quite a few clubs were after Elliot. Scored a good few goals. And Aidan Durkin from Hull City Academy they've got as well. So they're looking to strengthen. And I noticed Luke Hinsley's back at Frickley. He spent 5 seasons there a while ago. And I remember watching Luke at North Ferriby. He played for Matlock, Belper and Cleethorpes. So possibly Luke might help Frickley a bit. I don't know. I think they need maybe more than one man. Brodie Robertson, Cleethorpes, he's signed for Louth Town. I don't know if he's dual reg, but he's signed for Louth Town, so he's a good goal scorer, is Brodie. Other news. I don't know if you've seen that Barton Town's chairman's stepping down.
I've seen that,
it always was. He's always stated, as Mark Gregory, he's always stated that he would stick to his business plan. I think he was looking at 5 to 6 years at Barton. I know Pete Mitchell, who everybody knows, he basically is Mr. Barton Town, is Pete, said that Mark was his best ever signing he's made in the club's 25-year history. So that showed you how important Mark's been. So
you've been chairman 9 years, I think they said in your statement.
9 years. I think his business plan was 6, but I think he'd not quite done what he wanted to do. I think he wanted to win a trophy, and he got his trophy with the League Cup. So, but he's really put masses and masses of work into the club, and it's gone from strength to strength off the field as well. Maybe not gone as well as he wanted on the field, but it's created some stability there. So well done, Mark, and you'll be sorely missed. So we'll have a look, gentlemen. If there's nothing else, what we'll do is we'll have a look at the weekend's fixtures. So, Bob, your favourite night's back on Friday night is footy night.
That's right. I'm well spotted.
Well, I've made enough mistakes tonight.
Yeah, it's an important game for Wakey as well at Nostell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's but could we call that a local derby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nostell's not too far from Featherstone.
Yeah.
And considering that Nostell have lent the pitch to Wakefield on Saturday, the 8th of February, because Featherstone were playing a Challenge Cup game and held at Featherstone, they've got a close.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely. I've been to Nostell. I like going to Nostell. They've got that little mining museum there, haven't they, as well? That's quite nice there at Nostell. So that's the Friday night game. So very important for both clubs, actually, because Nostell could be pulled into a bit of a relegation scrap if they're not careful. Saturday, Campion versus Pickering. Do we think that'll go to form?
Oh, I don't know. You never know. Pickering might, after that good win last week, could be a draw there.
Yeah. Now, the first big 6-pointer, Frickley versus Eccleshill. It's got to be a must-win for both, really, hasn't it?
It is at this stage, yeah. A draw really not much good to either side. I would have thought,
Yeah. Golka play Albion. That's got to be a cracker, that one, hasn't it? Golka and Albion.
Absolutely.
So they're both up there, and Golka obviously lost a couple of times just recently, but they'll be looking to get firing back again. And the other big 6-pointer at the Victoria Pleasure Grounds, Bob. Goal and Bottas. Is it Bottasford you're playing?
Yeah, and we haven't played competitively for 5 weeks since the 28th of December.
Wow.
Due to frozen pitches, and Albion was in the FA Vars the other week, and then last week we didn't have a fixture. But it's a must-win game for us. At this stage, you've got to say that,
Yeah.
But on Saturday, there's been big developments at the VPG this week with the redevelopment.
We got to know.
No, we got to know on Tuesday that we had 24 hours to clear our stuff out of the main stand.
All right, yeah.
So the local council guys came to help us. Then me, Darren, and Alan, and another volunteer, all day Wednesday, was taking kit across and into these temporary facilities, and we've been back again today. And then we're there tomorrow. There's so much to do, things to take across, football kit, beer glasses. Oh, just unbelievable stuff you're taking across,
And the amount of tap we get as well as important stuff. You don't want to throw anything away, do you?
No. Our chairman don't want to throw any glasses away. We keep telling we've got too many glasses. But
is it all in your front room?
Yeah. But on a serious note, so fingers crossed, it all goes all right off the field with the electrics and the water. So I can only apologise to Bottisford and the supporters if it's not something they're not accustomed to, because it's our first game, and hopefully it will get better as we go along. But we've only been so much a rush this week to get everything. Something like, and just hope our supporters will understand when they turn up on Saturday, because we've done our best, because at the end of the day, as you say, Aaron, we're all volunteers we do it for the love of the club, We
do, we all do, yeah.
So it's a big game on and off the pitch.
Fingers crossed for you. Answorth and Rossington, that'll be a good game. I don't know, it could go either way, but Answorth are usually good.
Answorth.
Pardon?
Very unpredictable Answorth. You never know what you're going to get with him.
You do. 5-0. They'll win 5-0 on Saturday and they'll lose 5-0 on the Tuesday. That's Answorth, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Knaresborough versus Beverley Town. Difficult place to go is Knaresborough. So you never know. You never know with Beverley. That'll be a tough one, won't it? Tadcaster and Penistone. That'll be a good one. Tadcaster are usually pretty good at home. Thackley and Parkgate, that could go either way. And the last one in the league, in the Prem, is a big Lincolnshire derby. Winton Rangers versus Barton Town. North Lincolnshire derby. Form goes out of the window, I'm afraid. So that could be anything. I'm hoping Barton win, but you never know. So if we go into Division 1 then, Appleby, Frodingham and Ilkley. Let's hope Appleby, Frodingham can keep that good form going. Armthorpe and Horbury, Jordan. Ooh,
Indeed.
It could be a tough one.
Yeah, I think so. We're glad that their game on Tuesday got called off, because if their game would have been on, obviously the pitch would have taken a huge battering, and then it might have affected our fixture. So yeah, we're pretty sure we're going to be on, so that's good.
Definitely. So that'll be a good game. Good test for your Horbury at Armthorpe. Difficult place to go. Athersley Rec and Harrogate Railway. That'll be a good game. Brigtown and Glasshoughton. Another good one there. Clubthorne, Dronfield. Dernan District and Yorkshire Amateurs. Maltby and Wombwell. That'll be a good game. Selby and Swallownest. And Wasborough and Louth. Louth need the points. So there's some good games there. Have we got anything else?
We have on the Tuesday, we've got the East Riding County Cup quarter final on Tuesday the 4th. Beverley at home to East Riding Rangers.
Beverley should win that.
Then in the Prem that night we've got Barton and Handsworth. Goldcourt home to Pickering and Rossington home to Hallam. That'd be a good match, Rossington.
It'd be a very good match. I wonder if I was going to say, Adam, I bet you're going to that one.
Yeah, I've not been able to get down to Rosso for, I think it was just before Christmas. So looking forward to that.
Well, you've been on too many holidays.
And then moving on, Division 1, we've got Appleby home to Wombwell, Harrogate home to Shelley, and Wakefield home to Nostell.
Again?
Yeah, back-to-back games, home and away.
That's a strange one, isn't it?
I noticed that,
Yeah. I'm surprised Mr. Jones has let that one go, but he needs must, isn't it, really, at this time? You've got to fit your games in when you can.
Yeah, so, maybe one's a rearranged game, I don't know. Maybe.
Possibly. I think with Wakefield sharing the ground with Featherstone, it's because the rugby league season's starting up and they've messed about with the Challenge Cup for rugby league at the moment. So it seems to be quite a few Challenge Cup games. So, but there you go.
But then on the Wednesday night, we've got a bit of a local derby in the Prem, Eccleshill. It's on Wednesday the 5th. Eccleshill versus Albion.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Yeah. I think you could say most of the players for both teams have played actually for both teams. And
then you got Division 1. You got South Leeds at home to Maltby Main. So
another good game. So that's another good game there. So we've picked our games out. What we think are going to be good.
I think the Division 1 table will look. Well, if things go to plan for the form teams, the league table will look a lot closer than it does at the moment, with two teams in the top 4 playing one of the games in hand next midweek. So by the time we talk again next week, it might be a little bit closer.
Do you think? Yeah. So I think we sort of looked at both divisions, and I think we're all sort of in the same ilk that it's the both top teams really. It's theirs to lose, isn't it? Really, Horbury's to lose, and but Silsden's to lose, really, isn't it? I know if it's our team, we don't like saying that just in case we slip up, but it's going to have to be a big slip up, really, isn't it, from both teams? So
yeah.
So it'll be.
But for those teams at the bottom, like Goole and Winston Nichols, every game's a cup final now. When you get to the stage of the season.
Well, you were saying that before Christmas, Bob, weren't you? Really?
Yeah. Well, we have played this Christmas.
I know. I don't know. You've managed without any games.
Oh, no, it's not. Because you look forward to a Saturday. You look forward to a Saturday for a match, don't you?
Of course you do.
Even if you win, lose or draw, Plus the fact, what was so frustrating on the last game out, we beat Tadcaster at 3-1 and played well, and so.
That's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.